Welcome back to Biomes. This time we're talking about Mount Kinabalu. Mount Kinabalu is located on Borneo within the Malaysian part of the island, right up at the top over there. It is the tallest mountain on the island with an elevation of around 4,095 meters. Borneo as a whole has a whole lot of biodiversity with a lot of endemic species, and Mount Kinabalu is no different. It has a couple of species endemic to the mountain itself. The majority of the mountain is covered in forest, with the overwhelming plant species being things like chestnut, beech, and oak. There's also a few species of figs found on the slopes of Mount Kinabalu, some rhododendron species which look quite a bit different than the rhododendron that most people are used to. There's a couple different varieties of tea trees on the mountain as well, which are used to produce tea. There's hundreds of different species of ferns and orchids, many of which are endemic to the mountain, including this one, the Venus slipper orchid. Many different types of carnivorous plants are also present there, including the pitcher plant, also known as the monkey cup, and the aquatic carnivorous bladderwort, which is a favorite of mine. And there's also quite a large population of two different species of the largest flower in the world, the parasitic rafflesia, which smells like rotting meat. It's also very biodiverse in terms of animal life too. There's a small but significant population of the Bornean orangutan, as well as another favorite of mine, the clouded leopard, and the much smaller but still a significant predator, the leopard cat. Quite a lot of species of monkeys can be found there, such as the leaf monkey and other primates such as tarsiers and this guy, the slow loris, one of the few venomous mammals. Other mammals include things like squirrels and this guy, the Malayan weasel, the Asian short-clawed otter, another cute little guy, the endemic and endangered black shrew, which can only be found in a couple specific areas of Borneo, and this guy, which I did not know existed before, the ferret badger, which is not a ferret but a badger. There's also a stunning amount of different bird species, including many types of hornbills, like this one, the rhinoceros hornbill, a couple species of nightjars and frogmouths, this one being the dewlet frogmouth. A few different species of songbirds, like the mountain blackbird, can be found here, as well as our incredibly green friend over here, Whitehead's broadbill, as well as a couple different partridge species, including this one, the crimson-headed partridge, and of course a couple different varieties of birds of prey, such as the peregrine falcon, and this one, the mountain serpent eagle. There's an incredibly wide variety of invertebrates, including hundreds of different species of butterflies, and these two guys, which I've talked about before, the Mount Kinabalu giant earthworm and the Mount Kinabalu giant red leech. They have their own entire video if you want to hear more about them and their warfare against each other. And as for reptiles and amphibians, there's a couple different species of lizard, this one being the Kinabalu angle-toed gecko, a very pretty little gecko, as well as a couple different types of snakes, including this absolutely gorgeous one called Schmidt's reed snake. Mount Kinabalu is an absolutely gorgeous area and a pretty popular tourist destination with a whole lot of very cool creatures and plants, some of which are never found anywhere else in the world.